With Lafferty for 1 year and 8 months. I joined Lafferty back in 2020 as a graduate. I was one of their first graduate hires. I studied structural engineering with architecture for 3 years in University College Dublin, and then I went on to do a 2 year master's also in University College Dublin in engineering with business. So having a kind of design background from my undergrad, I was interested in construction projects, and I suppose I wanted to kind of expand my knowledge on all parts of a project, and I felt that project management was definitely the route for me. I think typically with project management, it's a difficult enough industry to get into, and I suppose Lafferty were willing to give me the opportunity as a graduate to undertake a role in their graduate program. So when I finished college, I was on the looking for jobs, and I think that, the presence of Lafferty online through their website and on LinkedIn was definitely appealing. It kind of showed the scale of projects that they were involved in, but also across multiple sectors. And then meeting the directors initially for the interview process gave me a really good feel for the culture of Lafferty, which was probably one of the big factors in me going with them. Their openness to kind of encourage people to continue their education once they join Lafferty was also quite appealing for me, because getting into a job at a graduate level, you do have to appreciate that you will have to continue your education, and the fact that Lafferty encouraged that and also supported it was a really big factor for me. So my role today in Lafferty, I suppose starting off at the graduate level, was initially getting introduced to the projects I was going to be involved in. These range from residential to commercial projects. I think a really appealing part of it was that the projects were all at a similar stage. So, I had the ability to learn off my workers and kind of get exposed to certain elements of a project, and not be overwhelmed with the amount that's going on. There's quite a lot to learn, but kind of breaking it up into those stages definitely was benefit. I suppose project admin, getting used to that and getting familiar with how a project is ran were kind of the first steps. Getting familiar with project teams, but also getting comfortable in my own role of reaching out and developing relationships with people was something that was kind of embedded into me when I joined, but also doing that in kind of line with Lafferty's culture. I think a big factor for me, I wanted to be exposed to all elements of a construction project, and getting into project management allowed me to see all sides of it. Lafferty especially kind of had a great presence in the Irish market, looking at their kind of online presence, but also getting to know the directors through the interview process really kind of showed me that it was an appealing company to try get into, and I suppose that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to join. Openness to learn. No 2 days are the same in project management, and I suppose kind of the different elements, plenty of moving parts in a construction project, so having an openness and willingness to learn and develop your skills every day is a big factor. Yeah, I suppose to get a flavour of what Lafferty is and what they're involved in, the website is a really good image of that. It kind of gives you an idea of what the company is about and the projects that you will potentially be involved in. Another big one for me is looking at their LinkedIn. A lot of the assistant project managers would have come through the graduate route, so feel free to reach out to them. The team here will be happy to answer any queries you guys may have.